Good morning, St. Max. As we continue to experience the quarantine, the shutdown, I really want to encourage all of you to take inventory of your interior. What do you notice about your heart? Where is your peace during this time? I think a lot of us have experienced this temptation to abandon our Lenten resolves, right? As if God wasn't aware that we would be undergoing Corona during Lent. No, he knew that. And so to stay firmly fixed to our Lenten resolves is going to be really important. Especially, I know a lot of you probably gave up social media, Facebook, these sorts of things. And now all of a sudden, well, I need to know what's going on and I need to connect with people. And I certainly think that there is a real wonderful thing that technology can do in helping us to connect. But I'd like you to notice this. What do you feel? What do you notice? What do you experience afterwards? So during the moment of indulgence, there's some sort of thrill, there's some sort of rush, there's some sort of intrigue, there's some sort of satisfaction. But afterwards, how do I feel? Saint Ignatius of Loyola, when he had suffered a cannonball wound and was recovering from this for many months, he was reading two different sets of stories. One were the lives of the saints, and one were the lives of heroic knights and ladies, and wonderful stories like this. And he noticed that during both, he was intrigued, he was enjoying, he felt a certain elation. But afterwards, after he had read the stories of the knights in shining armor, he really was left dissatisfied. Whereas after he had finished reading the lives of the saints, he was still exhilarated. There was still a feeling of peace. And this is what helped him to go on to write The Discernment of Spirits, which is a spiritual classic and a great help to many in the spiritual life. That'd be my encouragement. Notice after you've spent 2 hours on Facebook, how do you feel? Do you feel content? Do you feel satisfied? Or do you kind of feel like, oh, what did I just do? I'm still longing for something. It wasn't it. Whereas if instead, now we do need to connect with people, I get this, but instead, what if instead of trying to get the shallows of hundreds of people, my 1,000 friends on Facebook, and see what they're doing or saying, what if I just connected with one person on the phone or on FaceTime and actually had a real interaction with them, a real communication with them? And then afterwards, notice again what your heart is experiencing. Now, what I've experienced in these last several days personally is just that there's a temptation to go and scroll Facebook and say, oh, that's good, and I want to read that, and that's funny, and I'll post this, and I'll see if anybody responds. But when I'm done, I'm kind of left a little bit empty. Whereas on several occasions, and I've been trying to do it every day, I just call one or two friends, and I FaceTime with them, and I see their face, and we can have a real interaction. And everything that I post, everything that I say is reciprocated. They respond to it. They give me real, immediate feedback that's for me, not for everybody else on the Ethernet. And I feel after that fulfilled. I don't feel dragged down. I really feel lifted up. And so I encourage you the same thing. These various activities that you're engaged in during this time of confinement, do I feel fulfilled after 3 hours of watching YouTube or watching Netflix? Or do I feel more fulfilled after 3 hours of reading a book, of writing a letter, of working on something creative? The Lord knew when we chose our Lenten discipline what it was going to entail this year. And He's going to provide the grace for us to continue to live it. And in that will be our peace.